What is up, everybody? It's your boy Sergeant Goofball here, and today we're going to be doing a what if Deku had Sans' abilities. Now, Izuku was born. He was born as any other normal kid. The more he started to grow up, the more whiter his skin started to get until it basically became all pale, like basically a pale whitish colors. As his eyes just started to vanish from his face entirely. So now it was just like these little black. It was like a black void with just like these little white dots. You know how Sans eyes are, basically. Like Deku still has skin and stuff. It's just his eyes and stuff had just vanished. Not like them little white dots. He can still see perfectly fine. He still see he basically has 20/20 vision. So basically, you know, the doctor goes to Inka goes to the doctor to see what her son Quirk is, as basically the doctor goes on Izuku's Quirk. It seems, man, your son has a bone manipulation. And that's when the doctor says we really don't know what his quirk can do to its full extent, but it seems so far all we know about his quirk is he can manipulate bones to basically come out of anywhere, create bones on a will, and just, you know, fire them. We don't know the full extent of his powers just yet. As Izuku hears this is like, cool, I have a cool quirk, sweet. But in this one, Izuku doesn't say that. He says, oh, okay, chill. As Izuku's going to be a bit more relaxed and chilled back. Basically making him lazy. Like, he still wants to become a hero. He's just going to be a bit more relaxed and chilled back. So the next day he goes, everybody asks what Deku's quirk is. Deku goes, oh, I can manipulate bones and stuff like that. Skill, and basically, Bakugo goes in and say, hey, that's a pretty nice, unique quirk. But I bet you your quirk is half as good as mine. So basically, Izuku says, goes to say, okay, cool. I guess your quirk is better than mine, huh? As Izuku really doesn't care, and it's kind of being sarcastic in a weird way. He goes to say, huh, I guess your quirk is better than mine. That's cool. As he walks away, Deku sees this and gets pissed off. He tries to attack Deku, but Deku instantly dodges without any effort at all, saying, whoa there, buddy. You could have hit me. With a sinister smile on Deku's face, scaring Bakugo instantly. But Bakugo didn't really learn his lesson from this, as every day up until they were 15, he kept on trying to attack him and basically bully him. But Izuku was just so chill. He really didn't care. Also, during these couple of years, during these 11 years, Deku has learned more about his quirk, that he can teleport, and he can change the color of his bones, and depending on the color, if the blue ones, if you're standing still, they won't hurt you, but if he turns them orange, if you're standing still, they will hurt you. And the white ones just hurt you either way. Like the normal ones just hurt you either way. That's the little Deku starts to really understand his quirk a bit more. Now, basically, everybody thinks Deku is probably the strongest, is the strongest in the school. Well, at least the second strongest. I think Bakugo is stronger than Deku. So, the teacher goes on to say, well, everybody, I all know what you want to do with your lives. You guys all want to become heroes, right? Put the paper up in the air. As as everybody in the class starts to show off their quirk. Now, Bakugo goes on to be all high and mighty, saying, teach, don't let me in with these bunch of losers. They'll be lucky if they end up sidekicks to some D-ranker heroes. Everybody gets offended by this and starts to basically get mad at Bakugo, saying, well, so what if you have a quirk? So what if you have a flashy quirk? Doesn't make you better than any of us. As the kid who says that, Bakugo says, oh yeah, come over here and show me then. as he starts to let out explosions in his hands. They instantly shut up. Yes, they told Bakugo that. They instantly shut up. As the teacher is looking at the paper. Oops, sorry if the audio went bad for a second there. As the teacher is looking at the paper, and he's like, "Oh, Izuku, Midoriya, and Bakugo. I see you guys want to go to UA." Bakugo hears this and is like, "What? Midoriya? Izuku, what are you doing? That school only accepts high-ranking heroes. top ranking. The best of the best, and I know for a fact you're not the best." As Deku is just sleeping on his desk, but Bakugo tries to shake him and basically tries to yell at him. So then that's when Bakugo goes for a punch, just to have his hand stopped by a blue light. As he wakes up to see Deku, Deku wakes up to say, "Well there, buddy, if I were you, I'd keep your hands to yourself." As Deku launches Bakugo halfway across the class. I meant all the way back to the teacher, back to the whiteboard or the chalkboard, as making a giant Bakugo print into the wall, knocking Bakugo out. Deku goes back to sleep as the rest of the day just goes normal, except for the fact Bakugo was unconscious in the nurse's office all day. Deku actually did have to end up going to the principal's office as they scolded Deku for using his quirk on a fellow student. So then that's when Deku's basically all done with for today, as he goes home. He feeling lazy today, and he didn't want to walk the extra mile. He decides to take the shortcut down the tunnel. He never really tried to take the shortcut, as it kind of creeped him out a little bit. He said, "I'm really not trying to walk a mile today." So he just basically walks down the alleyway to hear a pipe burst open to see the sludge villain come out. Now, the sludge villain says, "That kid's look unusual, but he'll still be a good vessel." As the Izuku turns around to see a sludge villain approaching him, and that's when Izuku would use his quirk to move the sludge villain, control the sludge villain, telekinesis basically. As Deku would start to move his hand around, like smashing the sludge villain this wall from wall to wall. So basically the sludge villain is just everywhere now. The Deku smirks and says, "Well, at least you tried, buddy." As the Deku starts to walk away. And before he knew it, he hears a giant yell saying, "No need to fear, I am here." Wait. What? Kid, did you do this? Deku says, "Yeah." I'm not going to say, "Well, good job, kid, but what is your quirk exactly?" Deku goes on to say, "I have multiple variety of quirks, but the main name of my quirk, you can just call it Mania Mega. I don't know what to call this quirk. Actually, no. Let me redo that whole scene. All Might appears and he asks Deku what his quirk is. Deku goes in and say, "Well, let's see. I have a skeleton of quirks. I have plenty of those. If you want me to, I can name every single one of them down to the bone." As All Might can, as basically Deku just goes on to make 10 more bone puns, as All Might just basically catches the hint on and says, thinking, well, his quirk must have something to do with bone manipulations. As he keeps on making these ridiculous bone quirks. I meant bone puns. Bone puns. Well, All Might, since you're here, you might want to clean up this mess, as I made a mighty mess. All Might kind of gets annoyed by this, saying, "Well, kid, see you later." And Deku walks off, going home. since Deku really didn't clinch on the All Might's pants, the sludge villain never drops, and Bakugo never really gets caught by the slime. So the next day, then for the next 10 months, Deku starts to train for the UA entrance exam. He starts to train his quirk a bit more. Like, he really has no interest in physical training. He really has no interest when it comes to that. He really has no interest in physical training. So that's when he basically says, oh well. As he starts to try to train his quirk a little bit more, basically, like, working on his bone quirk. As now he discovers he can basically make bones pop out of the ground, unprecedented. So, basically, Deku does exert some intense training during these 10 months, unlocking powers that he hasn't even had, like unlocking even more of his powers, but he hasn't used them yet, as he doesn't know they're there yet. So, Deku's walking into UA as he trips over a rock. So then that's when he instantly, as he's about to say, well, I had a good life, at least, Baraka basically levitates him up, saying, well there, you better be more careful there. Deku says, oh there, thanks, whoever you are. Thank you, weird floaty lady. Uraka laughs at this and says, well, my name is Uraka Uchako Uraka. Hi there, nice to meet you. Deku goes and say, well, hey, my name's Midoriya, Izuku Midoriya. So they get to know each other as they say goodbye and get ready for the written exam. If you guys don't know, Sans is actually very smart. Like, very smart. Some people think Sans is, like, not all that smart, but Sans is very intelligent. So, basically, Sans is like soup. So, basically, Deku passes the written exam with flying colors, even pointing out some mistakes Nezuko purposely put there to see if anybody could be as smart as he is. Sans is actually the only one that actually pointed out all of the mistakes he made. A few other students pointed out the mistakes, but only one or two. Deku pointed out all of them. So then he basically passes the written exam with flying colors. Now it is time for the entrance exam. So that's when Deku gets ready, saying, President Mike says, are you ready? Go, go, go. There is no countdown in a real battle. Deku instantly teleports as robot starts to come out. Deku starts to send bombs after each and every one of them, like basically shooting right through the robots, killing every robot like on sight that he sees. This racks up Deku about a good 97 points. So then that's when it is time for it. That's when he basically keeps on killing robots, getting him up to 103 points. As he says, as the ground starts to shake, as everybody sees the zero pointer, everybody starts to run. Deku's about to walk away and run off until he hears a scream. Deku instantly, he basically tries to lift the rubble off of, lift the rubble, basically, and then he doesn't realize, am I trying to lift the rubble? As he basically uses his telekinesis cord to lift up the rubble, Now, Deku is doing this as he kind of is having a struggle, but he eventually does it. But just as he's about to run off, the robot instantly is about to step on him, and then that's when all of a sudden, both of his Deku's eyes starts to go blue and orange, as he basically uses as two giant blasters basically come out like two giant blasters half the size of the robot appears out of nowhere as they fire at the robot. Everybody is shocked, saying, what? Who just did that? As I see the weird kid with his eyes going blue and orange. Deku believes pantly saying, "Ooh, that was a close one there." For a second I thought I was gonna be crushed. Well, luckily for me, I'm still standing, bowls and all. As he laughs to himself. As basically, um, he goes up to help Uraka up. He says, "Well, you okay there? Hey, you're that levitating girl. All I can see, all I can see was, well, I can see, fuck. Well, I can see you almost got destroyed by that giant zero bunny there. And if I hadn't been here within another second, you probably would have got crushed. Well, you wouldn't have died, but you still would have been probably injured seriously. Well, you better be lucky I got here real fast." So basically, Deku goes, as Deku's taking her to the nurse, they have like a very long talk. They start to talk to each other. Deku, makes a lot of puns. It kind of irritates the girl. It kind of irritates the girl a lot since he's making floaty puns like about her quirk, like making lots of puns about her quirk. That's what he's doing. As the end of the written exam comes to an end, Deku Swizzle says, "Welp, see you later. I'm finna to go." As Deku goes home that day, as you know how that goes. Oh God, fuck! I forgot to mention. In this one, Deku does have a little brother. I forgot to mention. His little brother is only 4 years younger than him, with the exact same quirk as he does. Now, with that being said, this comes to the end of the video. So, well, see you guys on the next video.